All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I usually do not cover the same stock back to back, but it is very, very difficult to not cover these again. You know what I mean? So much going on. I'm gonna look at PHUN and DWAC again, and then I want to add Rumble into this one, RUM. Okay. Again, I really just want to show it. If you haven't checked out the Discord links, do it. I mean, again, look at just the PHUN searches. We're already at 114 over the last couple days. DWAC another 94, and then obviously RUM just took off today, 132, right? If you watched yesterday's video, that one did not have as many, but clearly today it did, right? So a lot of eyes on this one. And again, this has absolutely nothing to do with who you're going to vote for, what you think of Trump, this and that. I'm telling you, all we're doing here is riding the monster volume, riding the monster momentum, and trying to use these moving averages and our lower indicators to kind of keep reality in check, right? I know everyone wants to keep thinking squeeze this, and you know, I'm having people throw some crazy numbers and targets out there, and believe me, I'm a greedy little, I'm a gambler. I'm a very, very greedy person, all right? But my goal is to keep things realistic and slow and steady, because I've sadly lost a lot of money, and more than lost money, I've missed out on beautiful profits because I was targeting a big number up, and lo and behold, threw away some double digits because you know, it wasn't enough for me, right? So there's a lot of reasons why I kind of keep the slow and steady thing, even for crazy movers like this, all right? But before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself, and then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, especially if you can share the video. Look, my socials are growing, but they are not as big as a lot of yours, and if you can share this thing, oh man, it really helps me out, okay? So let's get into PHUN, and first and foremost, just like yesterday's video, I am focusing on regular hours. Look, I'm seeing it go up a little bit, right? We're now pushing the 44-cent line. I'm usually, and I use the word usually intentionally here, I'm usually one to ignore completely after hours, and to me, regular hours, especially the close of regular hours, is what matters. But yeah, with a stock like this, really across the 3 of them, it's kind of hard to ignore after hours, all right? So let's talk about the situation around this, and then we'll get into the technicals. So we just had a second caucus, all right? The first caucus is where Trump annihilated the opponents, right? One of the people, DeSantis, actually like resigned from the race because he lost so badly, right? Again, I'm not trying to insult that guy. I really don't care who you're voting for, if you liked him or not, right? Like, that's not the point of any of this. But right now, what's going on is people are two things. Number one, two things. People are anticipating Trump is going to have the same dominance in this second caucus. And I really think people are expecting the same big candle push. Okay. I'm going to say 2 things to that. Number one, I actually agree. I think he's gonna win the caucus. I think he's gonna win by double digits. The preliminary numbers were he was up by at least 20% on Nikki Haley. All right. Do I think a Donald Trump victory in today's caucus is gonna bring the same craziness? I don't, all right, and I don't say that as a bad thing, all right, but I mentioned this earlier on the Discord. Ironically, I still had rumor, okay. Here we go. Is it this one? Yeah, it was all around this one, okay. So, where was my thoughts? Because he said I'm scared of that. Dang, hold on, people. You know this is all unscripted and unedited, right? Oh my gosh. Come on. Okay, here was my thought, all right? So I'm just going to believe me when I say I said this earlier. Right now, there is a possibility of buy the rumor, sell the news. The rumor is things are going to happen massively because of this caucus. The news is going to come out, roughly speaking, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, anything in between, right? Again, I'm still seeing this go up after hours. We're now pushing 45 cents, right? There is still a lot of unknown, all right? I know the really, really easy thing is just to assume really good things, but the last thing you want to do is assume, okay? Coming into the technicals, there's still a lot to like on PHUN, okay? I usually start up here. I'm going to start down here, all right? The easiest thing to see, all right, is that there still has not been a massive sell-off. That's the first thing I'm looking at. I am seeing an accumulation of shares, all right? People are getting shares. People are holding shares, right? Like each day there's more buying than selling, hence the color of the candle, right? Let alone the fact that we're basically averaging around 400 to 500 million shares a day. Like that's unreal. On yesterday's video, I was saying that there are monthly candles. There are a full month of no holiday trades that don't equal 465 million shares in a month traded, let alone each single day. Like, just look at the weekly too. This was another thing I talked about, all right? Today's Tuesday, all right? Today is Tuesday, and we are already well above any weekly candle on PHUN. Like, that's insane. The amount of buying just these last week, 3 billion combined shares. Already in just 2 of 5 days, we're knocking on halfway, right? So, you know, the volume is speaking magnitudes to me. Magnitudes, all right? Today was an interesting day. Today was a very interesting day, all right? And look, I think the easy thing to do, as most YouTube people will be like, oh, look, 19% day. I called PHUN having a good day. But like the focus for me right now is actually far less this 19% and way more the candle itself and these last couple candles, all right? So let's start with the candle itself. Look, I am not a pattern trader, whether it's like falling wedges, heads and shoulders, like those kind of patterns, or even like candle shape patterns. There are people that move all their money based on what the single candle looks like, the combination of two or more, right? Like I don't do that. The one thing I take from that is the doji. All right, the doji, and let's take a look at the box over there, okay? This thing opens at 45 cents, goes as high as 48, goes as low as 38, ends up basically closing a couple pennies below where it opened. The amount of uncertainty right there, it's incredible, all right? Especially given what we're trying to do on this 200 moving average, all right? I talked about this. DWAC, which I'll cover in a second, DWAC is over all 5. My rhyme is break all 5 and fly. This thing broke all 5 and flew, all right? PHUN hasn't done that yet, okay? PHUN got over, couldn't confirm. PHUN got over, stayed over, but doji never counts. I need a real candle to believe. And again, let's just zoom back out, right? This 200 line has been a never been touched line except for the last couple days, all right? I need a good belief right now, all right? Look, I'm still seeing it go up in after hours, all right? I'm really not focusing on after hours, all right? The next thing I want to talk about is where we actually closed, okay? I'm going to delete the line, but I'm going to draw the line just to make it easier to see. So we closed right there, right? Come on, let go, baby. There we go. Sorry about that. You can see, and I'm zooming in because the line's not exactly on the candle and it's still over it. I love that today's doji is higher than the biggest candle to the left, which happens to be this 16th day when it went up 400 something percent, right? I love it when the candle is bigger, is higher, above, whatever word you want to use, than the biggest candle to the left. I still like that we're testing this break of the 200 moving average. I love this divergence on the MACD. Divergence, just a fancy word for two lines going away, all right? I want the divergence to be green going up and red staying down. Green trying to go up, red going down. I see a similar divergence on both. We already talked about the volume. Look, we have four things we look at. This looks good, this looks good, this looks good, this looks good. PHUN still has a reason. PHUN still has a reason. I'm telling you, I'm not here talking about squeezes or anything. There's still technical reasons to believe. Look, again, we're still going up after hours. I just saw it say 46, but I'm telling you, I actually don't care. It's the regular hours that matter, all right? The last thing I do is just want to highlight, look, this is a beautiful red, 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 red that can make a nice little green, 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 green. And you can arguably say that's almost where we wicked it, right? So it tried to climb it today. There's still some room for fun. I do believe that, all right? So just the two things to echo really are, don't assume the caucus is going to do the same thing as the first one. I think that alone should hopefully give you a better plan, all right? Number two, man, people are holding. People have been buying and holding for the last couple weeks, and volume is king, all right? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Let me know if you think I missed anything. Otherwise, let's move into DWAC. Really quickly, if you can please subscribe, if you can please share, oh man, it helps me so much. But let's get into DWAC really quickly. And today was a crazy day. Today was actually a crazy day on DWAC, all right? So if you watched my video yesterday, I talked about the possibility of this thing coming down. Right, I was very like it was in a little bit of a way. It was hard to say it, right? Because you're looking at a stock that's just going up. You're hearing everyone say squeeze this, squeeze that, Trump this, Trump like it's hard, right? But yeah, there was reason for me to believe this thing was going to come down. And look, it's still here. I was shocked to see that we had a 98 RSI. If we click into this box, you can see yesterday's RSI close to the middle. RSI 14 in green was 98.23. All right. Today we're actually higher. We're at 0.4. Like it's crazy to me that the RSI is living this high. All right. And again, I'm here trying to keep reality, trying to keep things in a realistic movement, right? And one of those to me is the RSI, all right? The other thing, just look at it. After it came down, it came actually to and above my last line, right? So it's oof, my goodness, right? End of the day, it's actually the exact same candle as PHUN. And in a lot of ways, it's the exact same echo on PHUN, all right? So let's take a look in the box over there. This thing opens right here at 49.48. It goes as high as 58 and change, goes as low as 40 and change, and then basically ends roughly $1 above where it started, right? Very undecisive. A lot of people just weren't sure, and really, I think they're just waiting for tomorrow's outcome, right? Clearly, again, we're still seeing the climb after hours. And again, I'm not focusing on that. I am really not. All right. The way that this thing opens is good. I'm more focused on regular hours. That's always my game, right? Volume's a beast. Volume's a beast to say the least. Obviously, that rhymed right there. Obviously, a little bit less than yesterday, right? You know, I kind of want volume to continually grow, but today smashed the last couple days. Today made it seem like we're no longer shooting for 10 million. We're now like expecting 20 million volume, right? Like DWAC is picking up, all right? Again, I'm not here to care about your opinions on Trump. I'm not here caring about who you're going to vote for. I'm not here telling you who I'm going to vote. This has nothing to do with personal opinions or beliefs on Republicans, on Democrats, on Trump this, Trump that, right? Like, This is volume trading. This is momentum trading. This is break all five and fly. This is using supports to kind of anticipate where it might go up, where it might go down. Still crazy diversions on MACD. I mean, volume's insane. I have to echo the weekly. Today is Tuesday. All right, today is Tuesday, and we've already done more volume than the entire last week. All right, and we're already in Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Today's probably the seventh biggest week in the history of the stock, and it's only Tuesday. Right, like it is hard. I don't think I've used the word yet, but let's at least end it with this. There's an accumulation happening here. Nobody has sold enough to get a red candle day. That's insane. That is insane, right? And people are holding, because again, the thought is, and I've been echoing it for a few videos now, right? There's a lot of election left to go. There's a lot of 2024 left to go. There's a lot of news coverages that are looking for content. And lo and behold, Donald Trump is amazing at getting attention. And when he does, so will these, all right? I wish I said it on the last one. Look, I am not here to argue or agree that any of these stocks deserve this money, that they're scams or not scams, this or that. I'm letting the colorful lines tell me what to do. You know what I mean? So, did I look at the weekly? I don't think I looked at the weekly. No. Man, there's not too much more to add. The weekly RSI is at a 94, though. My goodness. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not built for this meme stuff. I'll be honest with you. I like slow and steady. Again, let's end it with this, because I don't think I've said anything really. My next expectation is $57. Okay. I am not here talking about 73 yet. I am not here talking about 100 and beyond. All right. This is a $50 stock. Let's keep things slow and steady. My next line is here. We haven't taken it out yet. Until we do, this is where I'm expecting it to go. Otherwise, hey, this 44 line still the number down, right? So we're still in this channel. Let's see if we can escape and continue up. Otherwise, look, on a low end, I get 38 something. I know I mentioned this number last time, 38.60, maybe 38.50. I think that's still a realistic down number despite everything we see, all right? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Let's end it really quickly with Rumble. This was supposed to be a quick video. I'm already 17 minutes into this, all right? Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe, if you can please share the video, it helps so much, all right? And look, if you watch my videos, you know I'm not here to brag, all right? I love it way more when my viewers say, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, than like spending some time doing it. But this did what I was anticipating, right? Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, this thing yesterday made me believe that breaking the 50, we were going to just destroy the 100 and make a run all the way to the 200. This candle literally hit my expectation, and I didn't even draw any new lines, right? Because these were the only lines that mattered, right? But what were the thoughts that made me believe in today, right? We go back to DWAC. One thing I said on DWAC, and again, it's still the same situation today, but the RSI was too high for me. I started to believe that the RSI on DWAC would make it need to cool down. And if it was going to cool down, it would probably come here, it being the volume. Lo and behold, look what came here, the volume, right? Now, again, this is not, dude, this actually maybe did better than DWAC. Yeah, DWAC was only 25 million. Rumble actually hit 87 million, right? So big volume day right here. But yeah, that was my expectation, right? And again, did I actually expect it to gap up this hard over the 100 moving average? I really didn't. I'll be honest with you. Was I surprised that it actually came back almost as low as the 100 moving average? You can see it right there. The low of the day was 513. The 100 average was just 2 cents down at 511, right? Does that surprise me at all? No. But I was expecting this line to be insignificant today. I was actually expecting it to be hungry and run to the 200. Look at that. The high of the day, the third line is 702. The 100 average was 699, right? So I can't stress how much I love these lines. Like, these are computer generated lines. I have no influence on them, right? It's not like I can say, all right, 200, you go here right now, right? So this is just more a highlight of the power of the moving averages, okay? This is a lot like PHUN, in my opinion, all right? PHUN is still trying to break the 200, all right? Rumble hasn't actually even done that yet. We have not closed over the 200. I think a real big difference is that there have actually been some more moments over that 200, right? Because when I was talking about PHUN, look how it's been a nothing line. There's been no candles anywhere near it, right? Rumble has a little bit of a different story. Rumble tried right here, Rumble tried right here, Rumble tried right here. I like a stock that tries, right? Like, if you can try, it makes me believe you can try again, and hey, maybe even do a little better given the volume differences from all those other tries, right? So look, Rumble 71 RSI is still healthy. That's a beautiful divergence. That's a beautiful divergence. It's a positive MACD. This still looks good. This still looks good. This still looks good. This still looks good. Let's end it with maybe my favorite catchphrase of them all right? Green, 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 green. Red, 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 red. Green, 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 green. There's decent reason to believe this thing still wants to climb, maybe as high as 830. All right, I'm going to draw that line. I think that's a line I'll draw. Basically there. 811. I'll draw 811. Again, we're not here for perfect. I promise you, good enough will do you really good things. I think 811 is a really good upper target. Look, that's a significant 33% move, right? So don't underestimate just $8, okay? Nothing will get near 8 until we convincingly beat this 200 moving average at 699, all right? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.